Good morning. Today we're going to take a look at the Leatherman Wave. So this is not the new wave. This is the original wave. So this was introduced in 1998 by Leatherman, and soon after I got one. So it came in this sheath, and it's a reasonably good sheath, I guess. Rigid, and then it's got this belt loop here which allows you to carry it vertically, and then it has a Velcro closure. So this is my original sheath, but this tool is actually not the original one, not my first one. So I actually lost the first one maybe 10 years ago. So I didn't have a Wave for a long time until recently when I got a Wave Plus. But I found that one a little bit bulky, so I don't usually carry it around. And somehow I was still looking for the original Wave. So finally, I got one from eBay, and here it is. So as you can see, this is the original one. It's a patent pending version. So it's got some wear. It's of course second-hand, third-hand maybe, but it actually still looks reasonably good. Let's take a look at the pliers. So we have the classic Leatherman Wave plier head. Still looking good. The tip is still good. Still no play. The teeth are well defined. And so you have regular pliers here, long nose, and then the bolt gripper here. And then we have wire cutters. So we have the soft wire cutter and the hard wire cutter indicated by the little triangle there. And then it doesn't have a wire crimper, but definitely a good pair of pliers. So the handles have this folded sheet metal here, which allows you to hold it comfortably. The only problem there is the classic Leatherman Wave pinch. So the area here is very narrow, and there's really a chance that you're going to pinch yourself. Let's take a look at the tools. There are 4 outside accessible tools. So first, we have the plain edge. So we have the classic Leatherman Wave blade shape. And of course, it's locking. It has a liner lock, and then you just press it in, and then you can close the tool. And then you have the serrated sheep's foot. It's one-hand opening, just like the plain edge, and also locking. And then we have the file. So we have a crosscut file here. The aggressiveness is good. And then we have the diamond coated file, which is one of my favorite features. It also has this metal saw, and this is definitely aggressive, unlike the saw from the Leatherman Wave copies. And finally, we have the wood saw. So it's nice. Sharp and pointy teeth. Another good tool to have. So on the inside, we have a small flat head. So this is around 2 millimeters. And what you will notice is that it's not locking, but the detent is pretty strong. And I haven't had this fold on me yet. And then we have another flat head. So this is around 3 millimeters. And then we have yet another flathead. So this one is around 4 millimeters. So that's already 3 flatheads. Finally, we have a pair of scissors. So it's quite big, bigger than the ones in the current Leatherman Waves, the Wave Plus. And personally, I think this is better. And then on the other side, we have another flathead. So that's a total of 4 flatheads. And this one is the big one, maybe 5-6 millimeters. And it's also quite thick, so this can be used as a mini pry. And then we have here, it's not coming out. We have here a lanyard attachment. So it's not locking, of course. So you can attach a lanyard here. And then we have a Phillips head. So this is a full 3D shaped Phillips head. That's good. And finally, we have a can opener, also a bottle opener, and a wire stripper here. So the can opener blade is not very sharp, so probably not as useful as a package opener. But yeah, maybe you can still use it if you brute force it. So that's it really. It doesn't have a ruler. But if you will notice, this actually has roughly the same tool set as the Leatherman Wave Plus. So it has changed a little bit through the years, but it's still essentially the same wave as it was in 1998. So the question is, why has the Leatherman Wave been so popular? It was introduced in 1998 and has remained Leatherman's bestseller. And I think there are 3 reasons for that. So the first reason are the pliers. These are essentially full-sized needle-nose combination pliers, and they have a lot of functions. So having them in your pocket is a real game changer. I once unlocked a car using just these pliers and some wire. So it actually started with the Leatherman PST, but definitely the Wave built heavily on it. Second reason I think is the knife. So the knife is probably one of the most important tools that you can have in an emergency or survival situation. And the Wave's knife is both long and large enough to take the place of a dedicated pocket knife. And then there's a tool set. So it's really a good combination. There are 4 outside accessible tools. So you have 2 knives. And then a metal saw with the files. And then a wood saw. And then you have a bunch of flathead screwdrivers and a Phillips head screwdriver, which is not a flat Phillips, but a full 3D Phillips. Of course, the scissors are good. And the bottle opener, can opener, is always useful. So that is a really good combination of tools, and in fact, these are essentially the same tools that the Leatherman Wave Plus, more than 20 years later, has. So it really speaks a lot for the combination of tools that they were able to put into this small package. Some people may be wondering why Leatherman hasn't changed the tool much the past 20 years. But personally, I think if it ain't broke, why fix it? Thank you for watching.